What is happening, Magnus? So from what I understand, a clip is going viral of Rob Schneider trashing Will Smith, calling him out. So let's check this out. Should be interesting.
Speak to Chris Rock after the slap? Because he's your mate.
Yeah.
I would have been straight on the phone if it was my mate getting
No,
slapped.
but I was in a sticky situation because I was actually, an elected official of the union at the time.
Oh.
Will Smith is a twat.
Oh, I liked him.
Will Smith has been hiding the fact of who he really is, and it was exposed that night. He's really an asshole. He's a deep, dark thing. To do that in front of all those people and to a really great, legendary comedian who's literally the best comedian of our generation.
Sure.
You wouldn't have like this whole wave of comedy that came after if it wasn't for Chris Rock. He's kicked open the doors.
Wow.
So for him to do that, but I wasn't allowed to say anything at that time because we were part of the committee that was supposed to punish him.
And how do you...
Wow, wait.
He was part of the committee.
Hang on.
I want to know
Will Smith is like, for me, when I met him, right, I always say...
Like the nicest, most wonderful. He's
He wasn't allowed to say nothing because he was part of the committee? Was that some type of, what do you call that? Conflict of interest or something?
complete, utter fraud.
Really?
It was exposed in that time.
Okay, we all thought in that time, he was under all this pressure, though.
I didn't.
I've been under pressure.
Kyle,
Kyle's been under pressure. You've been under pressure.
Interesting you say that about Will.
No, Will is a douchebag, and that's something that you can't... The thing is, that's how politically correct the Academy is.
Right.
That they were so cowardly. Because if I would have done that, they would have been hauled out to prison. Because they were so worried about being, racist or whatever. They were like, we can't be... The point is, violence is what it is, and what the color of your skin or your religion doesn't matter.
Sure.
If you commit a crime in front of other people, you get hauled out of there.
Yeah, but didn't you also sort of think, he's standing up for his missus?
Wait a minute. They were afraid of being racist? That's why they didn't take him out? I thought it was because he was Will Smith, so big of a star, everybody was shocked. They might even let him stay on for ratings. You never know. You know what I mean? It was my thinking, just from seeing everything, that it wasn't about racism. It was about, this Will Smith just did this. Like they almost didn't know what to do or how to handle it type of thing because of how big he was. That's what I thought. But he just said it was racism. So
you didn't like that?
They didn't want to appear racist for hauling the black man off. Is that what it is?
It doesn't matter. You can't hit another dude. If he's standing up here,
True.
it's a joke. And I also thought it was a very mild joke. And it was that
quite a slap, though, right? Quite a slap.
It was so much. I literally was. I forget what it was because I wasn't watching it. I was in Mexico directing a film, and
that sounds sus.
Yeah, my wife wrote it. Yeah, it's called Amor es Amor, and it's a nice movie actually. But in Spanish, en español, por supuesto. But the thing was, I was in a car, and my assistant director, she looked at me and she said, she said, what happened? He said, Chris Rock just got slapped by Will Smith. I said, get out of here. It didn't happen. I was making phone calls, and it did happen. He didn't want to talk to anybody. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I get that.
But also, it took him a while to get to the point where he could react to it, because it was a lot.
You got to process that stuff, right?
Yeah, and he's a very sensitive, great guy, and he's really literally a genius.
Wow, I got slapped by one of the biggest stars in the world. Yeah. Hey, well, Rob Schneider, if people, sometimes when stuff happens, and when it's with famous people, sometimes people will say that other famous people will be scared to speak on it. They'll be scared to call them out, scared to call them names or whatever it is. I guess Rob Schneider got all the money he need, because if they did have, did have connection to destroy his career or something like that, for him speaking out on him, you know what I mean? Whether he would or wouldn't, I don't know, but I guess Schneider ain't scared. What's interesting? I was speaking to somebody the other day that knows Mr. Smith, and I brought up because I was asking, because I hadn't talked to them in a while, and I was like, yo, how's he dealing with all that? And they said he appears to be, you know, coming along well, you know. But the other thing I asked, I said, listen, I saw an interview with Jazzy Jeff, I believe, and you know, a lot of people were like, yo, like if that was The Rock or if it was Mike Tyson, he wouldn't have walked up there and smacked him. And I think it was Mike Tyson that they asked about with like Jazz, and Jazz was like, listen, I know him, and believe it or not, he would. And so I asked them, and they were like, he's right. It's true, he would. And I was like, are you serious? He was like, the way he is he would know that Mike would fold him, would drop him with a body punch or something, but he would not back down from the confrontation. And I thought that was interesting. So I think I saw a video with Will Smith, and he was like talking about doing the things you fear, and I think he was like skydiving or something, you know. So if you're willing to take your life into your hands like that, like, I'm not skydiving, I don't care. You know, just different philosophies to live in life and conquering fears, and I'll figure out another way. I'm not skydiving, but I'm like, okay, so he's willing to jump out of a plane. He's afraid. Okay, maybe he's not afraid to smack Mike Tyson. You know, but very interesting. So, do you agree or do you not agree with Mr. Schneider? But one thing I gotta say, other than that, you know, I know there's a lot of crazy stuff circulating. I think that people do deserve a second chance. I mean, you know, there's plenty of people out there, they watch celebrities, and a celebrity will do something, and they'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe it, I'll never watch them again. But it's like, nigga, you just stole a candy bar out of a store the other day. Yeah, man, but he cheated on his wife, and, you know, so you stealing from people, you know? Like, someone will say something about somebody, you know, doing something or beating their wife, and, you know, it's like, dude, you was cheating the other day. Like, what? I think people just like to bring celebrities down because they're held so high. I think the key to that is don't hold them so high in your mind. Just realize that they're regular people that make mistakes and do good things and do bad things. Or regular people like me and you, they just are famous. They make a lot of money, but they're people. They're not perfect. That's the key to remembering that. Now, do some people do some things? Do some celebrities do some things that it's like it's unforgivable? Yes. But with that, clearly he was going through something. And I'm just like, okay, you know, if a second slap happened, then it's like, all right, come on, man. You know what I mean? But I think he deserves the second chance. So, you know, I went to see Bad Boys, and I really enjoyed it. So, you know, but whatever. You know, I think people deserve a second chance after, you know, flipping out. You know, we've had family members that flip out at a party or a gathering, and you like, you know, if it was a stranger, you might throw them out and whoop them in the street. But because it was your family, you know him, you're like, he's going through something, let it go. Let's talk to him later. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of like what it kind of was with Denzel. And I think, what was it, Samuel, that kind of took him to the side to talk to him? I think that was like, yo, man, like they had to talk to him, like, yo, like, clearly, that was not a sane thing to do. So, you know, he had an insane moment. And, yeah, but we'll see, you know.